YouTube. I'm Morgan. I'm a yoga instructor. Let's talk about floating back from your halfway lift to your chaturanga dandasana. There are really two parts of your body that you need to strengthen in order to sort of catch that moment of air, slowing down your descent as you jump back. First thing is deep core. Second thing is hip flexor strength. Let's get into some drills that I love that can help develop the strength that you need. Before we get any farther, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more short yoga classes and yoga tips. So this video is structured basically like a crash course. You can do it along with me. However, if I was practicing this with the goal of jumping back, I would do each exercise for many more reps. My recommendation is between 10 and 30 reps, at least twice, maybe 3 times for each exercise. Basically, I start with the easiest movements that you would need to develop this, and I get up to some pretty advanced stuff. So as you go through this video, if you find that there's something you can't do yet, don't worry about it. What you should do is practice the previous exercises every single day until you build the strength. This video is going to work best for you if you keep coming back to it. It's also going to work best for you if you use this video as a guide, but not as like a workout video. So what I mean by that is you'll go through one exercise and then you'll press pause and you'll continue doing that exercise so that you get enough reps in. So first things first, we have to know our own anatomy. So we basically have to be able to connect our brain to our body. So we'll start with an exercise that really does that. So with the feet hip width distance apart on the floor, the knees are bent, we're going to take our fingertips to our rib cage. We inhale and let the rib cage splay out and curve the low spine so it's off the back. As you exhale, you knit the rib cage into the body and iron the low spine onto the mat. You do that by tucking your tailbone, tilting your pelvis. Low belly pulls in and up. So inhale, let the rib cage splay out, curving the spine. Exhale, knitting the rib cage into the body. Tuck the tailbone. The whole low spine is on the mat. One more of these. We inhale, let the rib cage splay out. Exhale, knit the rib cage into the body, tilt the pelvis, tuck the tailbone, low belly in and up. So then holding this position, even as you breathe in and out, and just feeling that this takes some effort. Take your hands face down next to your hips. Take your right foot just a little inch off the mat and slide, glide the heel out. You extend the leg and then take that foot in. Left heel, sliding it out. Bending the knee, taking it back in. So this is a really basic exercise. This is one of the simpler and easier ones. So if you're new to your core, you haven't really worked on it too much before, this is for you. All right, here's another one. All you'll do is hinge from the hip and lift the right leg off the mat, and then lift the left leg off the mat. So starting out super simple, pretty easy here. The trick is to continue the engagement. So you're going to knit the ribs into the body, low belly in and up, whole spine on the mat even as you move. Taking it up a notch, we lift both of the legs up, squeeze the knees together, take the hands to the knees to the hands. Now, knit the rib cage into the body, tilt the pelvis in order to keep the low spine on the mat. The tailbone is tucked, low belly pulling in and up. Press the knees into the hands and the hands back into the knees. You should start feeling a little bit of fire in your belly here. You can stay for 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Take the hands next to the hips one more time. Palms face down. Hinging from the hip. Do not change the angle of the knee. Tap the right toes down. Lift them up. Tap the left toes down. Lift them up. We'll stay for 4. Lift. 3. Lift. 2. Lift. 1. Lift. Excellent. If that was too easy for you, straighten out the legs. Same thing here. Hinging from the hip, you take the right foot down, up, left, up, right, left for 3, 2, and 1. Now remember, this is a crash course and going pretty quickly. You might pause the video and do these for longer. You might come back to this video and try it again another day. Okay, so now squeezing the legs together, low belly in and up, and rib cage knitting into the body. I'm gonna hinge from the hips, take both toes to the ground. Do not change the angle of the knee. It's really tough, and lifting back up. Good, so we try not to feel this in the low back. We try to feel this in the front of the body. Sometimes if it's too much, you can shimmy your hands underneath your hips to support your hips just a little bit, keeping that tilt in the pelvis. Let's do 2 more. Here's our last one. Nice. Okay, so from here, maybe lift the head and the shoulder blades off the mat. You can take both feet down in a straight line and then back up. Now, if this is too difficult, you can't do this, just bend the knees. Maybe choose one of the other exercises that we've already done to work on and come back to this video over time, slowly building strength. Excellent. From here, let's just pull the legs into the chest. We're going to come up to a seat. So a lot of those exercises were a combination of low belly and hip flexor. We're going to focus here mostly on hip flexor. So here's a hip flexor exercise. Take the hands, tent the fingers in front of you, close to your knees. Curve the low back, sit back on your seat. Lift the right leg, the left leg, the right leg, left, right, left. Let's do 1 more on each side. Excellent, good. Now squeeze the legs together. Same thing, both legs at once. Lifting, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Excellent. So from here, you might take a yoga block next to each hip. If you have the yoga block, you put your hands on the yoga block. If you don't, you just put your hands on the floor. So a little choose your own adventure. You're gonna start by crossing the ankles, press into the sides of the feet and lift your seat up as you push into the hands. Lower down. So we're just lifting, lowering, lift. This is your deep core. Lift and lower. Good. For more of a challenge, also lift the feet up and hold. For 3, 2, and 1. Release. Come onto your shin bones. Tops of the feet are on the floor. From here, I'm going to press into the tops of the feet, lift the knees towards the chest, and lift the hips up. Lower down. You can do 5, lower, 4, lower, 3, 2, last one. Excellent. And then for an extra challenge, LOL Asana, all you do is the same position, but you're going to lift everything up and hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. All right. Come to standing. Hands to the hips. So most basic version of this, you're going to lift your right foot into standing half march and tap the toes back to the ground. Lift, lower, lift, lower. While you do this, the rib cage is knitting into the body. The tailbone is tucking slightly, so make sure you're not having an extra posterior tilt in your pelvis. Good, and then you would just go to the other side. Let's do 5, 4, checking the engagement of the core. 3, 2, here's our last one. All right, for more of a challenge with the hip flexor, you can lift your leg up, straighten it out, take it back, put it down. Standing half march, extend, standing half march, lower. Extend, lower, extend, lower. Good. If you want more, coming up with a standing leg, and then swinging into warrior 3, pulling the core in, and then coming back up. Other side. So we take a extended leg, swing into warrior 3. My core is what stabilizes me here. All right, I don't know about you, but my heart rate is I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please don't hesitate to do so. I love to connect with everyone. I love to share lots of information on yoga postures, yoga philosophy, how to improve your yoga practice through drills like we did in this video. And I'm so obsessed with developing the deep core. If that's your jam, join me by subscribing. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you soon.